Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am the light of the Leo, but you can call me Jennifer. I am so happy to be back, so happy to be doing a live here today. Um, I have poured into two souls today. So I'm a little, how should I say, tired maybe. So I did want to make the conversation just a little bit lighter this time. And today we'll just talk about escape, just have a little fun, just to see what's going on or get my opinion about this. But of course, we do have Jonathan here with me and my laughing father. Go ahead, Jonathan, say hello.
Hello, and a good thing about this redo, swallowing a lot of water at the beginning of the video. So there we go.
Yes. So yes, this is our second time trying this. I thought I pressed the go live button, but apparently we didn't go live. So we live now for real now. Anywho, all I can do is just roll my eyes at myself. And let me tell you something, Jonathan. I almost didn't hit it again as I'm watching the countdown go. It's like, oh, oh,
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, at least I see the live in the top left-hand corner, so we are live.
we are live for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, this time let's get it started for reals. We ain't playing. No games over here. We getting it started. Yes, it is the Light of the Leo show. Just so happy to have you guys. Won't you put in the comments, say hello, and all that good stuff? And it's like, I was about to say, I know ain't no way nobody not watching us or something like that. People be knowing that we going live. Ain't nobody seeing us or nothing like that. And maybe it's because we weren't live.
Yeah.
We were just,
That is a solution to your questione.
Jonathan, we were literally just sitting here talking to each other.
Literally.
Anywho. Um okay. Yes, okay, entrance. Mike
Yes. Hey,
says
Mike.
hello. And Pastor Lorenzo, he said, "Hey, I see y'all.
Hey, Pastor Lorenzo.
Happy to be seen because we were talking to ourselves by ourselves. Hey, Mike, just in case you want to join us, it's all up to you. No pressure. You can join if you like. You know where the what's the thing is?
Link.
Where the link is at. It's in the chat. Anywho, but today we're going to talk about Xscape. They recently received their award for what did he say? Okay. Oh, Lord.
They received the Lady of Soul Award at the Soul Train Music Awards.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan. You're so professional and know stuff. Michael says it's always great to be seen and not viewed. Mike, you're so deep. So deep. And Pastor Lorenzo says, better seen than viewed. Absolutely.
Right.
Because we were I'm not going to go further into that. Yes, they were certainly they not only performed but they did receive the Lady of Soul Award, which is a great award, and I do believe, of course, they are deserving of it. Um,
Absolutely.
so let's just jump on in because I'm not going to think about it anymore. We're just going to do it because this is a brand new moment.
It is. It is. We are literally almost 5 minutes into this video already. So we can forget about the fact that we weren't live and move forward.
We were live for minutes.
Yes, or at least 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, anyway.
Yes.
So first, the performance that they had, okay? I just want to make sure I start off with the fashions. How did they look? Okay. I certainly did enjoy their red carpet outfits, though they might not have all been on the same page.
Not the
They
same
all
motif.
did. Not exactly. There was not a whole lot of coordination coming together as one there. But they all looked good, even the dress that didn't match. it looked very good. I'd wear it. You know what I'm saying? It was very beautiful. But as far as their on stage outfits,
Their performance attire.
the performance attire, I could not stand it. I looked at it again. I still don't like it. Um, I think maybe it's the fact that they were wearing gold. Maybe it was the fact that I didn't like. I didn't even like the fabric. It didn't look good. And then what they did on top of that, they put fur, a white fur on top of it, saying like, "Hey, we need to have like a reveal, but I don't want to be too hot." So they did a long fur that didn't have any sleeves. And there wasn't really a reveal because they were showing everything, but they had to do something, so they just did like this, I guess. I don't know, but that did not make me happy as a viewer. Um, but yeah, I really didn't like the outfits. Um, and also I was disappointed in Latasha's wig. Her wig was really out there doing its own thing, kicking it, if you will. Just it was a lot going on towards the ends, and I was hoping. I think it would have been so much better if it was like maybe just like bone straight instead of trying not to be like feathery and stuff. And I'm
Hmm.
not trying to say that she's big, but people that have like rounder faces, it goes better to have either the hair back or the hair like straight up and down, and it really would have fit her a lot better than the puffball that she had, and it was like a puffball all the way down to the end of the song, end of the wig, which was not exactly the best wig that she had on. Um, did you say that Tisha's wig wasn't all that great either?
You mean Tamika?
Tamika,
Yeah, I did not enjoy the color of Tamika's wig. Tamika had a good wig. It was a good wig. It had nice texture. I liked the
curled up
little. It
real
was a little
nice.
crinkly a little bit.
Mhm.
But I did not like the color. I don't think that the color really matched with her skin tone too well. They were kind of clashing a little bit. That darkish brownish hue had a little bit of a red oranges hue in it.
I
I
think if
really
it
didn't.
was just straight up red, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't know how red would look on Tamika. I don't know if I like it on Tamika, but um,
I hear you.
I do agree with you concerning Latasha's wig. It was I was about to say raggedy. It just didn't look it didn't look good. I don't think it looked good. It looked like a wig that she's had for a while.
It was
It's got some
operating in
age.
excellence.
Right. Let's see what.
It wasn't operating in excellence.
No, it was not. Low vibrations, if you will. So it was just I didn't enjoy it. And as far as that the performance attire is concerned, I did not enjoy them either. When I first saw the picture of them on Instagram of them on stage, I was like, oh, whoa! I did not enjoy what my eyes were looking upon. I did not like them. Although I do like when groups are matchy matchy on stage.
Mhm.
For instance, I loved when Destiny's Child first came out and all of their outfits were coordinated, especially in Bills. Those are my favorite Destiny's Child outfits of all time, period, point blank. So I love when groups coordinate their outfits. So I understand why they did what they did, but I think it was the material. I think it's the material
Maybe it's
that
the
is kind
material.
of
Maybe it's
throwing
too
us off.
shiny and the lights and the gold, and it's like
Mhm.
you could really hardly see what made it different because it was just too much.
Right, and typically artists don't wear gold on stage, and I think there's a reason why artists typically don't wear gold on stage. Lil Nas X has worn like a gold armor suit before,
Mhm.
but other than that, you really don't see gold that much on stage, really. So I would have liked it maybe if they'd all worn black or maybe all worn white. Well, they wore white on the red carpet, so maybe a different color. I don't know, maybe all red. I don't know, but the gold just did not work for me. And I'm thinking it was the color and the material that was throwing us off there.
It's I think the material, because if they would have worn, sorry, if they would have worn red with that same material, I think it would be a little bit better, but I think it still would have bothered us.
Yeah.
But Mike says, I hated they accepted their award in their performance outfits.
Yeah, but you know what? Like for the Video Vanguard Award, for MTV, the artist who performs for the Video Vanguard Award, they do accept their trophy in their performance attire. So, you know, if the artist is going to perform, typically they do accept the award in their performance attire. But I get it. It looks like it doesn't look like they're actually, because when you see someone accept an award, they typically are dressed to the nines, and you know they don't look like they just did an 8-minute set. So
Well, they just added, little jackets and over it, and
right,
yeah, it wasn't the best. We'll leave it there.
yeah,
Uh, Anywho, let's do the other comments that's here. Pastor Lorenzo says, right, no coordination. Maybe they are out of touch.
that could be it. That could be it.
Did they know it's almost 2023?
Right, because it looked like millennial. It looked like something that we would be worn in the early 2000s.
He's right.
Yeah.
Uh, he's right. It looks like the first thing I was thinking, and I'm mad I didn't say this earlier, but the first thing I was thinking was that outfit that Beyonce wore for the I Am tour, um, when she was like the robot like situation,
I think I remember what
and
you're talking
like the
about.
little parts of, and she came out of the thing. She was a robot like situation.
Oh, I think you're talking about when she performed at the BET Awards.
Mhm.
Didn't she come up and she, cuz didn't she perform Get Me Bodied on that
That
performance?
that one, that one,
Yeah. Yeah.
that one.
Right.
Yeah, the beat. Thank you, Mike. See, he he is the president of the Beehive. Thank you, Mike. It was the BET performance.
Right.
It gave me a little bit of that, but not as good.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Mike also says, I think they were going for Beyonce. Get me. He's saying it as I'm saying it,
Right.
but they went low budget. That's what he said. He said they went low budget with that. Hmm. Yeah. What do you think about their singing, Jonathan? Like the performances?
I will say the group overall sounded
I call
good.
you Mike. Sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. I think the group overall sounded good. They've always sounded good. Their vocals are always on point. I will say though, while they were singing "Who Can I Run To," Latasha, she went a little overboard with her runs on on her verse. I felt like the runs were unnecessary. The way that she did her like, well, I'll say this just in general. I do not care for Latasha's runs. Period.
Okay. Okay.
So let's just get that out the way.
So you can,
How
without her doing any runs, she could have just kept it straight, and you would have been fine.
I would have been fine. So I don't know if I would have been happy with any of her runs because she does them all the same. So yeah, so I didn't enjoy that, the fact that she was running on her verse. And then Tamika came in right after her and she sounded so perfect on her verse. And she did two runs as well, but hers were more reasonable.
It
Hers
sounded
sounded
like she. Go
so
ahead.
much better. Hers sounded so much better. And she wasn't trying too hard. Whenever Latasha is singing and she does her running, it sounds like she's trying to prove something.
And
And I don't like that at all. I need confidence. And it sounds like when it sounds like you're trying to prove something, it sounds like you feel like you're not at that level where you think you should be. And I need someone who knows where they are and who they are. And
yeah,
Tamika's giving me that. She sounded so sweet. I loved her voice. Like, to be honest, I never realized how much I loved her voice until watching this performance. Because I guess I never really paid that much attention to it. But it sounds so
because somebody else is
pure.
doing a lot.
Exactly. But it sounds so pure. Her voice sounds so beautiful, and I loved it. I thought Candy sounded great. Candy's always been a pretty good singer as well, and I thought Tiny sounded good as well. I love when Tiny does her grunts and growls. That's why her verse is my favorite on My Little Secret.
Mhm.
Because when she said, "The promise you do it," I love that. So I thought Tiny sounded great on her verse, on her little ad libs for tonight. So I thought they sounded pretty good for the most part. I enjoyed the performance, to be honest.
I would have to say Tamika's voice sounded conflict free. That's what it really sounded like. I didn't hear any fight in her voice.
Right.
She just sounded like she was just doing her thing, doing it good and right, and I do appreciate that. Um, Candy, the only thing with Candy, it was just a little wobbly while she was going down the stairs, and she was hitting that, that low note. And with hitting that low note with a every man was once a woman or whatever, you have to have that breath control, and sometimes you lose that as you go downstairs or walk or do whatever. So it's not as
Right.
easy. But I can certainly say that she certainly redeemed herself later on in the performance. She sounded great. I really enjoyed that. Okay. So Mike says Latasha runs always go overboard. She does it a lot.
Always, always.
It's a lot. Mike also says I agree with Jonathan. She runs right out of control. And
The thing is, like, it's just the way that she does her runs. Like, I don't know if it's because they're too fast but the way that she constructs her runs, I just don't enjoy. It just does not sound good to my ears. I don't know
Jonathan, you
why, but it's
saying
just,
something there. Maybe they are too fast. Because
yeah,
if they were just a little bit more controlled, like Mike said here, he said Tamika's runs are more controlled, and I do agree
right.
with that. Um,
Agreed.
Tasha, um, it seems like, well, sometimes it feels like she just kind of squeezes them in when she's trying to do them in there, and also she does like 2 to 3 notes more than I feel like she should do.
She wants to cram as many notes into that run as possible because she wants to, like I said, she wants to prove herself. She wants to prove that she can do this thing. And hmm.
I can only hope that she doesn't feel like that's her identity. Like that's all she could do. Because just like, Kev on stage when I was, at home talking about it, Jonathan, what about the sustain note? What
Right.
about being able to hold a note, keep a tune, and things like that. Yeah.
And
And
the thing is, I feel like she feels as though that is her signature. Um, and I don't think that should be because she has a beautiful straight tone voice. She really does. And that's why she had so many solos during their time as a group. So, I mean, you got it, girl. But
I
uh,
think I just hope that she doesn't feel like she needs to really prove herself. Like maybe that's something that's within inside, maybe she feels like she needs to do the most to be seen as that girl.
yeah, I would compare Latasha's runs to Whitney Houston because Whitney Houston does a lot of fast runs, a lot of quick runs, but
Mm,
Whitney Houston does it so much better um, with her singing. So
hmm. All right. Um okay, Mike says I think Latasha is confident, but that's just how she runs. She just runs out. It
agreed.
sounds right.
I
Uh
believe that.
Angela Scott, hello. She says, "Hey guys. Hey, how are you?" Lorenzo Evans, okay, he says they need to run. Pastor Lorenzo, you're showing out now. He said they need to run the practice because their ability to perform has escaped them.
Oh, that was a word.
But I believe, it just looks like the cohesiveness is not there as much. I can't imagine they have done a whole lot. Uh, Mike says, I just hollered Lorenzo, and Lorenzo responds, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Mike says, don't you ever compare.
But you heard the comparison. I said Whitney does it better. Come on. When you're comparing, it doesn't mean that both are equal. It doesn't
and
always
you
mean
were
that
just
both are
comparing
equal.
with the runs,
Right.
just the run parts. All right. And Angela says, those are my husband's daughters. They get their singing from their dad.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure. All right. But yeah, when it comes to all the singing and all that good stuff, I actually enjoyed. Okay. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. Just get that there. I do have the respect and I do enjoy them as a group. I was learning choreography for Let's Kick It on the bus stop. Okay.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, child. I don't know what I was doing back then. Hmm. Anywho, so they did sound great though. They put a good impression on me with that performance. My only thing is that I was just not I just was not impressed with the runs, the extra runs. Because sometimes when you're listening to a group, when you're listening to people sing, not everybody does enjoy the the runs and all that good stuff. For me, I think the best way to use them is when you place them in the best spots possible.
Agreed.
And sometimes the parking lot, the parking spot that she's trying to park in, sometimes the rest of the car is hanging out the parking space. Does that make sense? It just doesn't
I
fit
I
for
kind of get what you're saying. Yeah.
okay. All right.
She's not within the perimeters of the parking spot.
Yeah.
She's a little over the line, over here, over
And to
there.
be
Yeah.
honest, I can't imagine her feeling as if there's a problem with that because this is what she's been doing all her life and she's been getting by just fine. Everybody been saying, "Ooh, what are you saying?" Just fine.
Right. Because she is a good singer. That's the thing. She's a
It
great singer. She's great. It's just a flaw with her runs. That's all it is.
absolutely. All right, Mike says Whitney is the voice. No comparison. And I said what I said.
Okay, Mike. Okay. Okay.
We love you
Okay.
dearly, Mike, and we respect what you said.
Right.
Regina says, "Hey y'all."
Hey, Regina.
Hey Regina. Angela says, "Well said, Jennifer. Thanks. Thank you, thank you." And Mike says, I would compare the runs to Beyonce's 90s run. It just was wait, hold on. It's just was too much, but the at least Beyonce were controlled just too much. What? Type that one more time, Mike. Well, but you know what? We know what you're saying.
I
We
know what
actually
he's
talked
saying.
about it on our live conversation that we weren't live on. We were talking about how Beyonce, she did do the most too.
She did.
She, especially in the Destiny's Child days, she did every single run and she would do the absolute most. And we'd mostly be like, girl, okay. It makes
Right.
me think about when they did what's that thing? Their gospel selection at the end of Writings on the Wall.
Yes. Amazing Grace.
The yeah. Beyonce, we hear you. We know you're here. We know you're singing. But good Lord, sis, there's a lot going on.
I did like her runs though while they were humming. I did like them. Like they sounded pretty. They did. It was a lot, but it sounded good.
And I think that's what we're trying to get to. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Lorenzo says, yes, they need to stay on the freeway and not park. Lorenzo also says, it was too much, too little, too late. I
Yeah.
cannot with him. He is too merch.
That's Lorenzo's on one this evening.
I think he likes the singing conversations.
I think so too.
He's a music man, and I love it. We learned a lot about that on our show on the Juice Radio and Talk Show.
Right.
We learned that about him that day. Okay.
Yes, we sure did. We were educated, okay?
Okay. Mike also says, I wrote that right. You just read it completely wrong.
Tell him, Mike.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. Let's see. I would compare the runs to Beyonce's 90s run. Okay. It just was, you sure you didn't mean too much as TOO much? Anyway, but at least Beyonce's were controlled just too much. Mike, I'm gonna leave it alone, and I'm just gonna say you said it right. There you go. You said it. Anywho, uh, I can't stand it. I love you, Mike. Miss you, fam. Anywho, it
Yes.
just says, look now, these queens out. Wait, hold on. Keep these queens out of this conversation. These queens. Oh, what are you
Like
talking?
Whitney, I
Whitney
think,
and them. Yeah, I hear
and
you.
Beyonce. Yeah.
Ooh, Angela said, tone it down a little bit, please, Lorenzo.
Uh-oh.
And Lorenzo says it's all in love. We know Lorenzo.
Yeah.
It is love. Okay, Mike says, two, girl. Two, girl. You got what I was saying.
Ooh,
God
Lord.
bless everybody. We're out here doing it. But one thing I do want to make sure I say, I am concerned about the Latasha side of things. They've been talking about her not being on the actual tour now. It's just been the three ladies. It's just been Candy, Tiny, and
Tamika.
Tamika. Jonathan, you know me so well and love me. You know
Yes.
I don't do the names well.
I know. That's why I
Apparently,
looked them up before we came on live.
okay. Anyway, it's just been the three. And from what little bit that we've heard, of course, this is just our opinion or just what little bit we heard. I'm not an
Right.
investigative journalist and I sure don't know what's going on. But what little
Right.
bit we heard was that there might have been verbal
Disagreement.
disagreement with the
Tour manager.
tour manager, yeah. And I can only hope that that's all that was. I really hope that some understanding can come between everyone because we can't communicate if we're not listening, guys.
Agreed. Agreed. I don't know the specifics of what's going on either. We're not flies on their walls, so we really don't know what exactly is going on. However, I do hope that they figure this thing out. They all need each other. I feel as though they all need each other in this business. They all need each other. They're better as a group. They're better
I
together than they are apart. They're more successful together than they are as solo wise, and
agree.
I think that's what they understand. They understand that they are a great group, and that's why they did so well. So I can only hope that cooler heads prevail, and that we take the I out of team. So yeah.
Or the I know what you're saying. And I also feel like this is just like the same old song that we've been hearing with music industry stuff for so long. Somebody that does well in a group keeps on getting told that, hey, you should go out and do this on your own. You don't need them and things of that nature. And it's like, I can only hope that's not the case. Once again, we don't know what's going on. We're only speculating at this point.
Right.
So, like, I can only hope that's not the case because, the first time with the breakup that, we didn't see Xscape for a long time, you
Hmm.
know, it just didn't seem like we were seeing anything coming from Latasha. I there's a possibility there might have been music and stuff that might have come out, but that's not something that I've ever seen before. Her
Right.
solo music.
Yeah, on the unsung, she did get into it a little bit. If my memory serves me correctly, I
Mhm.
do believe that they were gearing up for her solo album while they were recording "Traces of My Lipstick," which was their last studio album.
Yeah.
So they were gearing up for a solo album. I don't believe anything actually was released, but that seemed to be the main reason why they broke up to begin with. It seemed to be. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm just an outsider, but it seemed to be the reason why they broke up to begin with. And a lot of times that's what breaks groups up when one or more of the group members think, hey, I'm better off on my own, or I can do well on my own as well, and not have to rely on my group members. So it is what it is. And when you're being told that, when you're being told that you're the best,
That's
when you're
it.
being told that you're doing it, when you're being told that you can do bad all by yourself, then of course you're going to feed into that. So, it's like, you don't want to blame Latasha for doing what she did because she was only doing what she thought was best for her. And I understand that.
Exactly.
However, again, I do believe that they are all better together.
And to be honest, I believe that the college try was had. She tried, and
Hmm.
that didn't work out. Um, yeah, I'm gonna move forward. Mike says, I think Latasha is the problem. Possibly. Who knows? Angela Scott said, God sees all and knows all. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Every side of the story. The Juice Radio talk. So, hey, Regina. I think I said hey. Mm. You got
Sorry.
other stuff to do, Jonathan? A little busy? Anywho, these ladies will be all excuse me. These ladies will all be just fine. They all love God and it will all work out in the favor of each of them. Pastor Lorenzo says they need each other. I do agree.
Agreed.
Um Mike also says not all lead members of a group are able to be successful as solo singers, and that is
That is
so
so true.
true. And that's the difficulty. There is one thing to shine in a group, it's another thing to shine by yourself.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's impossible, but some people are just not there. And to be honest, I personally feel like if Latasha was going to be out there doing her own music, doing all of that stuff, I believe she had her chance that didn't go well right after the breakup of Escape. And I also believe there was a major chance while she was on R&B Divas. Um,
Mm.
I don't remember there being any music created in that space from her. I don't remember. If anybody does, please remind me because I don't remember her introducing anything to the public in that space and time. And it would have been a perfect time to do so. To be honest, as soon as I would have signed on to R&B Divas, I would have started recording some music.
Right.
I
Exactly. That's your chance.
I know it takes money, but not every single producer on this earth costs a whole, arm and a leg. I would have gotten something together to have as a product. So hey, I can pretty much show my face once a week for all this time. And by the time we get to the reunion for this particular show, I can still
Mhm.
say, I have this out, I have this out, I'm doing this, I'm on my way to this and all that good stuff. And just the whole, escape coming back together. Look at what they're able to accomplish together.
Right.
And I keep on hearing the proof is in the pudding. It's there.
Yes. Like when they had their return, people were excited. We
They're
were
still excited.
excited to see them together again. And I think it's because of the way that they broke up and because they broke up so abruptly, we were excited to see them back together again. That's why we say that they are so much better together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Angela says, thank you, Regina. And also, Mike says, Latasha, honey, you're not interested in a solo project. Your magic is an escape. No shade. And I do believe that was shadeless. Um,
Because he said the magic is in Escape, because they do have magic, and that's why we love them so much because they're so amazing together.
and the only other concern I would have would be um, Latasha. I believe her manager is her husband. Um, so when I think of a spouse being your manager, all I can go back to thinking about is Monique and how her and her husband has been operating. I can only hope that her husband isn't dragging her down or having her to feel as if things are more than what they really are. So I can only hope that he's managing correctly because the thing is that once again, I said the proof is in the pudding. The money, the I can't say the money because I don't know how to get any money. Let me stop. The tours, the accolades that they are still
Mm-hmm.
getting in this
Right.
space, they're
The
coming
fanfare.
through the fanfare, the
Yes.
the notoriety. Shoot, even with whatever little bit of drama that was on the internets, that's all in the name of escape.
Right.
And I do believe that anybody that was about making sure that this money is flowing in, that we're keeping things going in a positive light,
Mm-hmm.
I personally think a manager would push her or encourage her in a direction of staying with what's working. What's working?
Right. Right. Right.
Lord. Um, Mike says all four of them put out solo projects and the people didn't go out and support like they needed. Hell, Candy on a on a number one show and no one supported her solo career.
That's true.
Facts. These are facts. And that really makes me think about the magic. Jonathan, you said that. Wait, no, who said that?
Mike
Mike
said
said
it.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That magic, yeah, the magic is in escape.
Xscape. Right.
Not saying that they are lesser than, but when you're trying to have a career out here in these streets, you have to appease the people because the people, they're the ones that need to spend the money to make sure that you're being uplifted. I mean,
Right. And what do the people want? The people want Xscape.
and yeah, my God. And
Yeah.
of course, and from what I've seen, they'd much rather have all four of y'all up there.
Right. Right.
Um, and I think, okay, Angela confirmed, like, yes, her manager is her husband. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Um, what else did Mike say? Mike said, but I wish all of them the best and I hope they get over whatever issues. Amen.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
Kim Zolciak's Mike said Kim Zolciak sold more singles than Candy sold albums. Now think about that.
I literally have Tardy for the Party on my iPod. That's my jam. I'm sorry. It's I love Tardy for
At
the
the
Party.
very end of the day, we can just be reminded where the magic is. It's what the people want. And if the people don't want you, no matter how talented you are, no matter how many ones you can put up, no matter how many grunts you can get out of there,
Mm-hmm.
they're not looking for your single stuff. Even when it's just the two of them or just the three of them or just they don't want that. People are looking to connect back with what was these days a whole lot. Like from the Millennium tours, to seeing Maxwell out there, to seeing all these R&B things, all these people are touring heavily. People want to connect back to some special times and seeing them live.
Right.
A treat. That's the magic.
Agreed.
Jeez Louise.
I think that's a
Kim
great way to.
Zolciak. I'm sorry. Last one. Lorenzo said, people grew up on Escape, so they are too seasoned to try a solo career.
Agreed.
That the way that was said, I appreciate that, Lorenzo. They're too seasoned to try to break off. I just pray that there aren't any like egos or anything. And once again, we're not in that mix, so we don't understand what the true issue is. But apparently, these are some of the same issues that might have been going on since in the past. Who knows?
Right. That's what it seems like it might be. But of course, again, we don't know.
Yeah, we are really doing our best to keep ourselves out of it. We don't know what's going on, but it's what I think. Okay,
Right.
I'll tell you, but we don't know.
Okay, this is all alleged. Okay. Might as well be Alexander Rogers allegedly show, child.
Okay, allegedly, honey.
Yes.
And even I have the little thing down here, the disclaimer that the views and opinions are expressed on the video. I had a disclaimer down here. So that's really just our opinion and how we feel about it.
Yes.
I do hope that they really can get it together. Wrong group. But I really hope that they found some understanding together as one. Having those conversations, And
I just caught that. I just caught that. Shout out to 702. Okay.
okay.
Shout out to 702. Yes. Where my girls at?
And I don't like to hear how, women can't even get it together or anything like that, how we can't come together as one to make sure that we are going towards this one goal. And that sucks. Um, but I have one last question, Jonathan. So you know how when Beyonce, Michelle, and Kelly were on, wasn't it the Destiny Fulfilled tour?
Okay.
They all had their little sets
Mm-hmm.
separately.
Right.
What if Escape tried to do that?
See, the thing is, they need solo songs to do that. And they need solo songs that people know in order for that to come off.
Because they even knew
Um,
Michelle's song. I heard a word.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
and then two, Destiny's Child and Escape are two completely different groups. The dynamics are completely different between the
I
vocals
wasn't
are
saying that.
completely different.
I wasn't saying that. I mean, like, what if they did their solo stuff? Like, because even with Michael Jackson and the Jacksons, when they did the Jacksons tour, they had their separate little sets. Michael did his stuff.
Hmm.
Jackie did his stuff. I don't think anybody else had their own stuff, but
Okay.
had sing their own songs. I think it would be nice if they put their own stuff out. Maybe that might be an area of compromise. Who knows? I'm just thinking. I'm trying to put it together, y'all. They might not be my favorite, but I certainly remember them without
Right.
a doubt, for sure. And I do respect their impact on the industry. Oh, Erin. Hey, Erin, how are you?
Hey, Aaron.
Hi, everyone. And she says, hi, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And Michael says, the views and opinion expressed in this video, okay?
Right. Okay. Let's get that straight.
Regina says, hello to Aaron. And Mike says, I hope DC3 and DC4 find some understanding and do one tour together. That's all I need.
All I need is to see Latavia and Latoya and Kelly and Beyonce on stage together. If Michelle's there too, that is cool. Farrah need not apply. There we go.
No, Farrah?
Is that a question? Is
I'm,
is is
I'm,
is that really a
I'm just
pregunta?
playing. I'm
Okay.
I'm just playing. Okay. I would love to see a DC5 situation.
Yes, yes, DC5. That would be
It'll
amazing
it'll be
because
just
Michelle deserves to be there as well because she's an integral
exactly.
part of Destiny's Child. So yes, DC5 would be amazing. I would, girl, I would buy them tickets so darn quick.
I don't need an album. I don't care if they just re-record something. I don't
Right. It
care
would
if
be amazing if they re-recorded, like maybe if they
child,
re-recorded Writings on the Wall as a
if
group.
they
Ooh, girl,
did
that would be
all Jonathan, all I need is Sweet 16. Couldn't tell little Jack nothing. Come on.
yes.
Oh gosh, calm down, Jennifer and Jonathan.
My
Oh,
favorite song on Writings on the Wall is Stay. I love,
that's such a
love,
sweet song.
love that.
But
That song is
it's
so
really sweet.
sweet.
And it sounds like a teenager, just like
Yes, it does. It does.
oh
Like,
gosh.
the pressures of doing it and do I have to do it for you to stay with me? Like, but we're getting off topic. Let's get out of here, child.
We're all the way off, but hey, we should have more conversations like this soon.
Right.
Okay, okay. I've lost the current. Where is it? Where's the current comment? Oh, there we go. Regina says, "Love to all these ladies." Lorenza said, "Jonathan Lee, I hear you." Mike says, "Escape does do that though. I watched their live show. They do come out and sing a solo song with their show."
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
so some people don't like to realize the truth. Like we need each other. Michael Jackson, yeah, yeah. Pastor Lorenzo, that happened with Michael Jackson. Aaron says, "Nice to see you, Jennifer." Are are trying to find compromise for Escape. Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying, Aaron. We're gonna figure it out. I hope
Yes.
they figure it out. I can't say it again. I'm gonna say it. They need understanding.
Yes, they do.
Mr. T.D. McCullum, the husband, he says, great show tonight. Thank you, Tyrone.
Thanks, Ty.
Um, Lorenzo says, don't get me started. He carried all the Jacksons for years. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
he carried them like a baby.
yeah, he held on to them even longer than he even had to, much longer than he even had to. Like he
Okay.
was still doing them tours for them.
Because Off the Wall was already off the charts, and
Okay,
he was still right there with his
still
brother
on tours with them.
singing background in their songs for them. Child, he showed he held on for dear life. God bless him.
Child, they can't never say he ain't do nothing for them.
Never. Aaron says, hi, Tyrone. And Mike says, I'm sorry, Farrah won't get a call at all.
No, not at all. Did you hear her sing "Say My Name" on that debunked show? I won't even try to imitate it because it was just terrible. It was
No, don't do it, Jonathan. Do it.
no,
I
no,
love
no,
it. Please.
no,
Say my
no.
name. Say my
And then
name.
she moved her neck too, like she was doing something, girl.
If she could have just act right just for 2 minutes and stopped talking so much, she would have been on there. Dang. God bless him. Anyway, TD McCullum says, hi, Aaron. The Juice Radio and Talk Show says, all I need from you is understanding. That's what we need.
That's what we need.
When Farrah packed her when Farrah packed her luggage and took that flight, that was the end.
Finito, honey. Thank you for your services, as the great Shawnee O'Neal said. Okay.
Okay, and I didn't. Oh, I never liked that moment. But anywho, Aaron said this is fun, loving the live. Thank you, Aaron. We can't help it. Right tonight, who can I run to? That's Tyrone. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's listing songs.
Yeah.
Tonight, Rain tonight, and who can I run to? Yeah, they were great, awesome things, but they just need to. We all need to be aware that that's what the people are asking for. The past. They need to be. Rain is SWV. Don't they have a rain?
I don't think Xscape
No,
has
that's
rain.
in tonight because they said like tonight is going to rain or something like that, right?
Yeah, looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, they do sing that.
Tyrone mixed that up. Don't do that to Mike. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm so happy that we had a nice, fun, light situation here today. This was great. What am I gonna say? Oh, go to my Instagram. It is. What is it, Jonathan?
Your Instagram is the light of the Leo.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Light of the Leo, and you can also find me on YouTube. That is the Light of the Leo as well. You'll be able to find me finally. Thank you, Jesus. And I like to go live here on Sundays at 9-ish o'clock, and I guess it tends to go on longer when I don't go live when
Right.
I'm supposed to. But yes, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel, like this video if you've enjoyed yourself. Even if you didn't enjoy yourself, just like the video, whatever. Jonathan, how can we follow you?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, JoJo_3020. My TikTok is JoJo_3020_. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. You can also email me, WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. I also have a YouTube page. My YouTube page is JoJo Speaks. So just type in JoJo Speaks into the search bar. My page will pop up. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary. Soon to come, more videos outside of the Thursday nights. And so make sure you subscribe and share. Again, JoJo Speaks on YouTube. Check us out, y'all.
And also, we are on the Juice Radio and Talk Show every Thursday night at 7:30 in the p.m. Won't you join us? Type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show, that whole thing, so you can find us. Because if you type in the Juice Radio, you'll find everybody else but us. So type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show. It's a great channel that Regina has curated there. She puts in a lot, and I mean a lot, of content there. Won't you go ahead and subscribe there, and you'll be
Regina
able to
be putting in work, y'all.
Okay, she do. Okay, God has blessed her. Anywho, the other thing that we have is Faithful Warrior Ministries at 10 a.m. every single Saturday morning. We are here and we are praying. No matter where we're at, we are praying here. We not only have a little talk because we are ourselves at all times, and when we're sleepy, we're a little bit more chatty and just as funny. So, join us for prayer. We do a devotional as well as pray. If you have any prayer requests, go ahead and send us an email at faithfulwarriorministries@gmail.com. We'll be happy to assist you in those endeavors. I am hot all of a sudden. Anywho, let me go back to these comments. We had a whole lot of comments while I was doing all of that. Um, they're going in about rain. Rain is not Xscape. Yes, we.
Right. Yeah.
And Tyrone said, "Oops." Regina says, "Night, night." Lorenzo says, "This was fun. Y'all need a comedy show." Thanks. I appreciate it. Aaron says, "Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night." Mike says, "I'm hitting the hearts and angry faces came up." What? Oh, well. At least it's a whatever. Anywho, moving forward.
I
Lorenzo
think he said he was hitting the hearts and the angry faces
just
came
came up.
up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, at least it's not showing us that. All we see are the hearts. So we
Yeah.
thank you. And Lorenzo says, "How do you remember all that, Jonathan?" He just
I have a really good memory, Pastor Lorenzo. Like
does.
a really, really good memory.
He knows how to just spout everything
I
off.
do. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's him. That's how he do. All right, all love all the hearts. Thank you guys. We love you guys dearly. Thank you guys for liking us enough to stick around and listen to our silliness and foolishness. If you would like to hear us talk about another subject, another group, anything, even if it's not anything current going on, if you want our opinions, we love
Right?
talking about music.
Because
So,
we got them. We got the opinions, y'all.
oh, we got plenty of them.
Got
Okay,
plenty of
we have
them.
views, opinions, and things that we have to say. So
Right.
go ahead and put a request in. You can go into my DMs on TikTok or Instagram at the Light of the Leo. And of course, you can put a comment on this here video if you have any requests that you would like for us to fulfill. I did that. Anywho, I pray you guys have a great day. Continue to be yourselves. Shine your light bright so that people will be able to see that God is still working in and through everybody out here. Okay? Be yourself because I'm telling you, this world would be super boring if you weren't. Alrighty. Once again, love you guys. We're out of here.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.